Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Welcome to the Collective Conversation. Welcome back to What's in It for the Black People Media. I'm Brother Sadeek.
Sister Afrika.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? And guess what? It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's a beautiful Friday in Chicago, too.
Yeah.
Beautiful outside. My goodness.
Okay. So what's happening, everybody? How you feel out there? We're in the conversation, in the chat. We see the audience is coming on in. Come on and join us for this collective conversation today.
How you
with
feeling,
these
Brother
plant-based
Sadeek?
Africans. I feel great.
Yeah, how was your morning so far?
My morning was busy.
Really?
Morning was busy. Yeah, I had a call with a sister in New York this morning on some plant-based business. I had a client this morning, somebody that really wanted to know, how to make themselves better in terms of this diet thing.
Nice.
Because that's what we do.
Absolutely.
And so, and then getting ready for the show, getting ready to get here. So that's pretty cool. What about you?
Man, my mornings are always great, just really thankful and, meditative. I have a regiment, before I put my feet on the ground from the bed. I'm just thankful, and thankful just for having the breath to wake up. So many people did not wake up today, and from there I just, go ahead and drink my water that's been there, overnight with the limes. Drink that and, just get my day going with my breath work. Shout out to Sadeek with the breath work and getting myself together.
Did you walk this morning?
I didn't get my walk in this morning.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get my walk in this morning. Shout out to John Hill who kept me up to about 4 in the morning on the phone. But it's all good, you know what I'm saying?
4 in the morning again?
Yeah, we just getting work done. You know what I mean?
So 4 in the morning again?
Oh, I think. Oh. Yeah. Go. Yeah, so 4 in the morning again, just getting some Team Africa going. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's not, just all the things that are happening that I'm so thankful for, but I'm so not used to. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So I've got my partner over here in the building. Chrissy, the heartbeat. She keeps me up late at night, too. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Everybody keeping you up late.
But they're keeping me up late because they want to see me better. And I got a team, so I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the whole Emmy conversation is new and it's different. And it comes with a lot.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to adjust. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's get to it. So we got Friday. We want to We want to have some fun, be a little laid back, but it's a lot happening. You know, it's Friday, December 4th.
Woo!
And, off the top, we've got it's Founders Day for the men of Alpha Phi Alpha.
All right.
Community based.
You wrong for that, Maze.
100 and
that was Maze, by the way.
Yeah, 114. Right, 114 years, I believe, something like that in the game. So just want to make sure that we do that shout out. And also in Chicago history, it's another, I would say, infamous day.
Extremely infamous day.
Man.
December 4th, 1969.
1969, December 4th. The Black Panther, the chairman of the party for Illinois, Brother Fred Hampton, was assassinated.
And Defense Captain Mark Clark.
Yes, absolutely. So we want to always keep that top of mind, but Africa, it's a weighty thing, but we don't want to let the day pass without
we cannot
having
let the day
that
pass.
discussion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we wanted to kick it off with that.
Yeah, and we got to pay homage to Chairman Fred Jr.
Absolutely.
Who is on the front line and has been, for a long time pushing the button when it comes to the Panthers and the Panther Cubs. Here, California, you know what I'm saying? I hit him up the other day. He was in California, you know what I mean? So he's always moving around and keeping at the forefront, not just what has happened from December 4th, 1969, but what continues to happen. And what I always have to learn and take away from Chairman Fred, we always talk about what's the takeaway.
Right.
One of the takeaways from Chairman Fred Jr. is the language. So he doesn't allow people to say things like, Chairman Fred was killed. What? My father was assassinated December 4th, 1969. He going to go all the way in
Absolutely.
on you. All right? And it's the language. We cannot allow anybody to change the language or change the narrative. He was not killed. He was murdered, assassinated.
And let's be clear that the government actually acknowledged that in saying that, because there were reparations paid out.
Correct.
Acknowledging that it was a part of COINTELPRO.
That's right.
We want to have we want to bring a brother in. We have with us today who is the senior editor at WBEZ, and he's in charge of race and a whole bunch of other things. And so today with us we have Brother Alden Lowry.
Nice,
and we want to bring him in so
welcome.
we can have this conversation as a collective. So Brother Lowry is queued up, and let me make sure I'm doing the right thing here. Brother Lowry, can you hear us?
Brother Larry, you're in the building. We don't see him.
Make sure he's not muted.
Okay. I may need your help for that. That's all good. Let me see.
Yeah, we're going to get it going.
There he is. We're going to get it. Brother Lowry is there. There he is. Brother Lowry, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Oh, you do? Fantastic.
Yeah,
peace. How you
absolutely.
feeling? Shalom.
I'm doing well. Thank you. Shalom to you as well. I'm doing all right.
Yeah. So Brother Lowry, first of all, we want to have this conversation and acknowledge this day, and we want to take some time and not just run past it. And we know that there was a climate in the 60s. There were a lot of things that surrounded, particularly what Brother Hampton, the Black Panthers, and the Civil Rights Movement. There was a lot going on, including COINTELPRO, which was the counterintelligence program.
That's right.
From that time, from the early 50s into the 60s, which was a government-initiated program to, really to deal with African-American or Black groups who were seeking out autonomy, freedom, and we know that the Black Panthers fell right into that category. So talk to us a little bit about that climate in that time, and then let's have a conversation of how it's relevant today.
That's right.
Sure thing. Well, as both you and Afrika have mentioned, this was a very volatile time in the 60s. Literally the height of the civil rights movement. It had gone from the marches that were happening in Mississippi and Alabama and other parts of the South, some action in the North, and gone all the way to the White House, to Congress. The legislation had been passed. But in the midst of that uprising and a lot of that activity, there were a lot of very strong voices that were coming out of the African American community who saw the legislative wins as scraps. The people who wanted fundamental change, they wanted it fast, and they wanted to take action themselves to provide those changes. And the Black Panther Party was a very prominent entity in that space. A lot of strong voices from the West Coast all the way out east, and certainly here in the Chicago area and other parts of the Midwest. And that was particularly the Panthers were really seen as a threat, as a viable revolutionary threat. And the FBI in particular took notice. COINTELPRO was implemented, a lot that went into that. Strategy, surveillance, armed action, you name it. And so literally everything that the Panthers did was scrutinized. The work that they were doing in the community, and certainly the organizing that they were doing as they were talking with people within the party and outside of the party. All of those things really caught the attention, and with a very critical eye from the FBI and other branches of law enforcement. And so what happened to Fred Hampton and Mark Clark in the early morning hours of December 4th was a part of that. I think the day before that, Hampton had been meeting with a number of people, and he was a skilled orator, was known locally for a lot of the work that he did, but he was really a brilliant organizer. Consider the fact that Hampton was just 21 years old.
I was just about to say that. He was so young. We have to note that. Yeah. He was so young doing so much, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he had been doing it for even a few years, at the time of his assassination. But he was, he started out doing some work with the NAACP and really became noted for that work. SNCC was also interested in working with him. And then along the way, he developed an interest in the Panthers. So yes, his connection with the Panthers is what really kind of grabbed the attention of the FBI. I remember reading somewhere that in 1967, when Hampton was just 18, 19 years old, he was essentially flagged by the feds as a threat.
Let's stick a pin in that. We've got a break, and we're going to bring you back, and we're going to go into an extended conversation on it. But everybody, like, share, comment, join the conversation. We're with Alden Lowry from WBEZ talking about Fred Hampton. We'll see you on the other side.
WIFTV-PM.
Maze Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Maze said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Welcome back to the collective conversation on what's in it for the Black people media. Yeah, you got brother Sadeek, sister Afrika. Yeah. And we got our brother Alden Lowry. He's a senior editor at WBEZ. And we're discussing today, for those of you that just joined us, you know, it's the anniversary of the assassination and the demise of Fred Hampton. And
I like that though. You said Fred Hampton.
Almost
like you put champion in there.
And champion all
Chairman,
together.
all of that.
That's,
Go ahead
that's
with
what
that.
I was.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But we want to discuss this in depth. So we've got our senior editor here from WBEZ giving us some background and talking about the climate and the importance of what's going on. So Brother Lowry, go on here. We had to cut you off for the break, but come on back in.
Oh, no problem. So we were talking about Hampton and the work that he did in the short amount of time that he was doing it, being so young, but really being noted for his ability to bring people together, to speak to the issues that were relevant during that day, and to do it with such passion and such knowledge. There's so much about what happened in his work, in his organizing, and in his death that is relevant today, 51 years later, and the fact that particularly his widow and his son, Akua and Jerry and Fred Hampton Jr., and the ways in which they've kept his legacy alive. Today they held a virtual event, which they typically do in person every year. At least for the last close to 20 years or so, they will essentially march from or to the spot there on Monroe where he was killed. They pay homage to the wall, which is the West Side mural that bears Hampton's likeness, and speak to what he did in his life and why we need to honor his death. Not only in his memory, but also because of the way in which he was killed.
That's right.
There's so much about what he did that is still relevant. And he did a lot of work with young people, with gang members, those who were disaffected, and which spoke to the credibility of their words, of the things in which they needed, the reasons why they formed those groups and why they took the actions that they took, and that someone was not serving their needs. And that's a narrative that still speaks today to young people, regardless of what is said about them. At the end of the day, these are young people, particularly young Black men, young Latino men, who need things that aren't being provided for them. He also did a lot of work with workers. Talked a lot about the corporate structure in America. And how it really shortchanged a lot of people who were on the lower levels of that system, people who were actually doing the work. And you look at the Fight for 15 today, and so much of how those issues are still relevant with us. A lot of work that he did around police brutality, the Panthers, with their work and their voices around what was seen as a very brutal system of law enforcement. And today, with everything that we saw after the death of George Floyd, and the eerie similarities between the way in which Breonna Taylor was killed in Cincinnati and the way Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were killed in Chicago, all speak to the fact that those issues at the time of Hampton's death are still with us, and why we still need more Fred Hamptons to continue that fight. So shout out to Njeri and Fred Hampton Jr. for the work that they continue to do, and to you guys for taking this time to enlighten people about the life and the legacy of Fred Hampton.
So Mr. Lowry, want to dig in a little more and talk about this importance, because Fred was important to Chicago and to Illinois, but we know that surrounding states and pretty much the whole Midwest region, right? There was a super importance and a place held by the Panthers, specifically instructed by Brother Hampton. For instance, their breakfast school or school breakfast program.
That's right.
Which was nationwide, had about 20,000 schools engaged, where they were serving by 69, they were serving full breakfast to kids. And what they call the remarkability of the program was the fact that this was totally funded by members of the black community and the Panthers, right, feeding these children. And so it wasn't just what people would call, certainly we have this image of the Panthers being protectors and also maybe dueling it out kind of sort of with this COINTELPRO and all that, but they were feeding the children. How important were those programs, if you could speak to that?
Sure, they were vital, and I think it was that kind of work which was really the thing that attracted Fred Hampton to the Panthers and many others, and yet the lasting impression I think that people generally have of the Panthers were, the black leather and the guns, the raised clenched fist, and the talk of revolution, this sense of them being kind of this radical element that sought to overthrow the government. And, certainly there was conversation about how, those are realistic things that perhaps needed to be considered. But the real work of the Panthers was the ground level work where they were talking with people about what they didn't have, and the ways in which we needed to organize and fight for the things that they needed.
Brother Lowry, could you turn your volume down just a little bit? We're getting some reverb from your end.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
And also, in what ways can we address those things on our own? And the one program seen as one of the most vital things that they needed, that they had the ability and the resources to provide. And the fact that gets lost in the narrative around what the Panthers did, who they were, and how important they were to the community. It's sad that gets lost in the narrative, but yeah, that was one of the most vital things.
Brother Lowry, again, could you turn your volume off on your computer or all the way down, because we're getting extreme feedback.
Yeah, it's completely off now.
Okay, all right.
I can't hear you though. So, but
can you hear me? Okay, all right. So that's good. Right. So kind of say that we've got about 2.5 minutes, and we want to go into the break. Want you to wrap up on this importance of this programming and overall in general the importance of Brother Hampton and the Black Panthers in this area of the country.
Echo. Not just me.
Can you hear me, Brother Lowry?
Yes. I would say that just important for people to learn about what Hampton was. He was right from Chicago, Maywood, Revival High School, and did a lot of work organizing people in Maywood. Did a lot of work organizing young people from Black and brown parts of Chicago, and an international figure. And any Black.
I don't want to interrupt you, but we're still getting a reverb. Do you have anything on?
But also in being involved. Again, probably the most remarkable thing that he did for 21 plus years. And so, what most of us doing by the time we reach 21, probably not nearly the things that are as impactful. So learn about Fred's legacy, emulate it, and at least, if nothing else, honor him on these days.
All right. Well, we want to thank you, Brother Lowry. We know that you've got to get out to another meeting. Thank you for joining us to have that conversation.
And that powerful information.
Yeah, wow. Absolutely. Because we need to know, just beyond the images that are portrayed and all of that, we've got to really know a little bit more about what was happening, because it was a very important time. And Brother Fred was an extremely important figure.
Oh, absolutely.
What was going on in the country.
Yeah. Chairman Fred Jr. has traveled all over the world, and people pay homage and recognize and understand the greatness of his father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been from here in New York, Detroit, Louisiana, D.C. We've traveled the last 15 years. You know what I mean?
15 years. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it. We're going to go to this break and come on back with us. Like, share, comment. What's in it for the Black People Media, the collective conversation.
WIFTVPN. Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out chicagolegalnetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Welcome back to the collective conversation on what's in it for the Black People Media. Shout out to senior editor from WBEZ, Alden Lowry.
Yes.
Yeah, and a great conversation. So before we went to the break, we were talking about this importance around the country, but you have a personal experience with
and so do you, according to that phone call you had.
Yeah, just a little bit, but speak to that and shout out to the present day chairman, to Brother Fred Hampton Jr. Who right now is in the middle of his acknowledgement with the community.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of that acknowledgement that's happening right now in Chicago at 2337 West Monroe on the west side, at the actual location where Chairman Fred Hampton was assassinated.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And Defense Captain Mark Clark.
Right.
So since my children have been on Earth, we've been going over to the house. My oldest is 24, so it's been over 20 years. And it's very important to me that, being a mother of Black sons, that I took them every year after year, to the point where they were getting dressed before me and Jason at some point. You know what I mean? It's December 4th. Right, because it was so important. You know what I'm saying? And we always, represented with the red, black, and green, or a shirt with Chairman Fred's name, you know what I'm saying, and others, ancestors that we pay homage to. So shout out to Chairman Fred Jr. for all the work he continues to do. All the sacrifices that have been made, him and his mother.
Right.
We cannot negate the fact that Mother Akua you know what I mean, was also shot while she was pregnant with Chairman Fred.
Absolutely.
At the house on 23rd in West Monroe. So they were out there every year. They're there now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just honored because that history, we have to be the ones that control it and continue to speak on it. You know what I mean? By bringing up Chairman Fred Hampton's name and paying homage to the ancestors, he's right here with us right now. You know what I'm saying? We speak that.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
We really appreciate that. So we got what you got up next for us, Sister Afrika? I understand we got a man, an icon in his own right, joining us for a few words.
And I have to thank my partner in this business, Hope. He said I'm working and building up ourselves and our communities and our businesses. Chrissy's a heartbeat. You know, she's in the studio with us, y'all.
Absolutely.
And the guest we have coming up is a good friend and partner of hers that I happen to have met some time ago, and we got acquainted with just yesterday.
He's joining us now. He's just getting rid of his lunch. He's ready to join us and come on in.
Speaking of lunch, you know, the reason why he's here is because he is what we would call a newbie to veganism. However, he's full force and strong and very informed about it. Welcome, 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 Brother Lavelle.
Can y'all hear me?
How you doing, Brother Lavelle? Welcome.
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, peace, my brother.
How y'all feeling today?
Hey, it's a blessing to breathe, as our Queen Sister would always say. I'm loving the red, black, and green in the background. We see you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. You got to represent every day.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
365 Black. I share.
So tell us, you know, about how you came across the plant-based vegan journey diet.
Well, I'm originally from St. Louis, and, you know, I grew up, you know, eating a lot of animal products, meat, beef, turkey, fish, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved to Chicago, I got to the city at, I was 22 going on 23. And, you know, I was eating Harold's like every day of the week at that time in like 2013. And, you know, I had ended up phasing out chicken, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just do turkey. And then 2017 rolls around, and I see What the Health that came out on Netflix.
Yes.
Excellent documentary.
And,
very good.
Yeah, it actually is really informative. And it was the reason why after I watched it, I went in my freezer and I threw away all the meat. I took kind of an extreme approach to starting my vegetarian journey, which is, you know, my veganism journey, which a lot of people would tell you not to do. But yeah, I threw away all the meat, and then I was like, well, what am I gonna eat now? I threw away all my meat, all the stuff that I was eating, so now I gotta figure out something to do. And I just took it slow. You know, I started eating, you know, oatmeal in the morning, started really looking into, like one thing I noticed from What the Health that they were saying is stop looking at your protein, start looking at your fiber.
Right.
Where you're getting your fiber from.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I noticed that, you know, I could really sufficiently get that from a lot of vegetables.
Yes, sir.
You know, your kale, your broccoli, your Brussels sprouts.
Yes.
You know, all of those things. Right now, I'm actually eating some Veggie Tacos that I made.
Oh man, they look great.
My girlfriend, y'all see these?
Absolutely, no doubt.
Real nice.
Yeah. All vegan, plant-based, all of that. No meat. You know, black beans, fresh guacamole I made. I got I also put quinoa in the beans.
Oh, wow.
I got, you know, tomatoes, green peppers, red peppers.
Nice.
Fresh corn tortilla wraps.
Cobs.
Non-GMO.
Yeah, right. That's so shy.
That is shy,
Cobs.
right.
That's so shy.
He probably like, what's that?
You're gonna have to put the recipe in the link.
Okay, I could do that. And really quick, shout out to Mama E. Mama E Seasonings. That I have heard some of her seasonings on here as well. She makes really, really good taco seasonings. She makes seasonings for all types of dishes that you're trying to cook with. But I definitely want to shout out that I'm eating with her seasonings on my tacos right now.
Love it.
Yeah,
and
that's
look,
beautiful. Go ahead, Afrika.
So what else? You know, I mean, you're new to the plant-based vegan journey, and we welcome that. You know, we don't put pressure on anyone or make
what's
anyone
the time?
feel
How long
any
you been
type.
doing it? How long you been doing it, my brother?
About 3 years.
Oh, okay. 3 years. Yeah, that's new, and at the same time, that's a long time.
To adjust your lifestyle.
Yeah, no
Because
doubt.
it is a lifestyle adjustment. And speaking of that, what else do you do? Because when I saw you yesterday, you were in a whole different capacity. Share with us your business and what you do.
Okay. Well, I have a brand called the Unveiled Creative, and that is my visual production service platform that I do. And under the Unveiled Creative, I do commercial production for independent businesses primarily. So Black businesses in the community that, want, to, get more clientele, but also have, an online presence. So I do commercials as a marketing tool for that. I'm into hip hop, so I also do music videos as well. I came into the game doing my own music videos, and also do photography as well.
Awesome.
Very nice, very nice. Sounds like you got a full plate.
So those are my services under just Unveiled Creative. Right now, like I do sip and paints. I'm a visual artist, so I do sip and paints at the South Center. And that's just really therapeutic. A lot of people want to come out and express their skills on the canvas. So there's that. I'm a rapper. I do hip hop. Also, during this whole quarantine time, I wrote a book.
Come on.
And it's 17 chapters.
Nice.
And I'm in the process of just typing it up, proofreading it, doing the editing and stuff like that. But it's called Everybody's Brother. And
I like
what
that.
Everybody's
That's
Brother.
Beautiful.
Thank you. What Everybody's Brother is about is really a perspective, like from me to you, on how to navigate like our urban communities, but in a spiritual sense.
Yes.
We all get mad about things. We all have things that we want to do. And again, I don't know everything. I didn't write this book to like teach people anything, but I wanted to share with people things that I have seen and things that I've went through that I know I'm not the only one going through.
Brother, that's beautiful. Yeah. Can you share your name? We got some people that are saying, what's his name?
Right.
And give your information where you can be reached, brother, your Instagram and everything too, please.
Okay. My name is Lavelle Spitz as the rapper. So you can find me on Instagram if you put in Lavelle Spitz with a Z, SPITZ. On Facebook, you can find me at Mari Lavelle Spitz, and that's my information there. MAURI, and then Lavelle LAVELLE, and again Spitz with a Z. Also, everybody, be on the lookout for my brand Unveiled Creative. And so I have my commercial that I did for Olufemi Eats, which is my Queen's vegan business, which is doing really well right now.
Got you. So let's
7424. I'm sorry.
No. 7424.
Yeah, South Vincennes.
Okay,
got you.
Dope.
So we're coming up. We've got about 3 minutes left, and we want to appreciate you for taking your time out. But want to talk a little bit about what advice would you give to people? You're 3 years in this plant-based game.
It's good.
You're an artist, a businessman. What advice would you give to people that are looking to just balance their lifestyle out? Maybe not go all the way vegan, but get more plants in their diet and just eat a little healthier. What type of advice would you give to them?
I would first say, just try to incorporate a piece of fruit into your life every day. Start there.
That's a good one.
Start with a piece of fruit.
Nice.
Like I used to want to tell people, I used to come out and tell people, I don't eat meat no more and all of that. And I don't know why you eat that. I went about it the wrong way. To tell people
that's key to acknowledge
from an
that.
advisory standpoint.
Right.
Real good.
Now I just say, man, like I just tell people what I did. Like, man, I just woke up and had a kiwi.
You know what I'm saying?
I just kind of tell people what I'm doing. But if as far as you're saying is advice, I would tell people just take it slow and focus on more fruits and vegetables. If you can just start incorporating that in your lifestyle and start liking the taste of fruits and vegetables, then you'll start to be able to center your diet around it.
Yeah.
Because, believe it or not, a lot of adults, like age 30 and over, still like to eat like fast food and like to eat like just junk. And like a lot of us don't like water. We don't want to drink water. We love to drink soda, but we will talk bad about drinking water all day. When we think about eating a piece of fruit, people be like, I don't like fruit. It's just like that stuff will keep you alive. That stuff is good for optimal health and organ functioning.
Yes.
So, I just be telling people to take it slow. And if people ask me, what kind of things do I eat, then I'll tell them about, the stuff that I made for dinner last night or what I'm finna go have for lunch and, all of that.
Wonderful.
But like everybody else, I started off, okay, I'm going to just go to McDonald's and not get a burger. I'm just going to get the fries.
Yeah.
I used to do that first.
Well, it makes me laugh because I tell the story. My beginnings into veganism started by eating Big Macs with no meat. And of course, getting the fries. So like I did it real hood to start. So we've got about a minute here before we have to break. Right. Afrika, you got any questions? We want to thank this brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just honorable to have just seen you again yesterday after having not seen you since a demonstration from 2017. And then you're the guest today. So, you know what I mean? I'm just honored and thankful that you made the time and that you're doing so many wonderful things. Everybody's brother speaks to me. I love that. I really do. And I think that's just awesome.
Thank you. I'm really trying out here, sister. I really am. And it's just really about staying focused because,
yes, sir.
Like I was saying before, I'm not a perfect person. I got a history with, cigarettes and, drink the same thing as everybody else. But I'm trying to keep
absolutely.
And I understand that I need to do it.
And you're one of the best examples to do exactly what you're doing, brother.
Every day I just look to doing more positive stuff. And I'm going to just leave it at that.
Hey, brother, look, we thank you. We appreciate it. Stay positive. Stay focused. You guys, you're here with us on the Collective Conversation. Like, share. Come on back with us on the other side of the break.
Peace.
Okay. Peace and love, y'all.
WIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Food, culture, impact. What's in it for the Black People Media is proud to support The Woodlawn, located at 1200 East 79th Street. The Woodlawn is an innovative economic center for the entire family. Stop by and try our jerk-inspired menu. Plus, get details on our new Igloo Dining experience. Restaurant, event space, cultural space. For more info about reservations or our COVID-19 friendly space, visit us online at www.thewoodlawn1200.com.
Welcome back to the collective conversation. You with brother Sadeek.
Sister Afrika.
Yeah. Man, it's been we're approaching the end of the first hour, and had
it's going
some
so fast.
Yeah, going so fast. But some excellent conversations. So shout out to brother Alden Lowry from WBEZ, senior editor. You know, and of course the Hampton family.
Oh yes.
You know, and that whole legacy.
That is a legacy.
That whole legacy.
Mama Cool, Chairman Fred Jr., little baby Khadijah's not a baby anymore. My goodness.
Yeah. What, how old is the baby?
Khadijah has to be at least 26 now.
Yeah, no baby.
No baby.
No baby. And then we just had the brother Maury Lavelle on with a book and an artist, and also incorporating more of the vegetarian, vegan,
absolutely,
lifestyle into what he does. So just an awesome beginning and kickoff to the show.
I love it. I love his story. Him to be so young, talking about moving here from St. Louis, the transition from the diet to the lifestyle, everything in the book, Everybody's Brother. I love it.
Yeah, no doubt. So look, we want everybody. We're gonna come up against the end of the hour soon, but we got what we talking about in the second hour there, Afrika? What's happening?
I'm gonna let you go and drop that bomb.
Oh, you gonna let me drop that bomb? So look, we know this show, the flavor. We've been talking about plants, but we're gonna talk about some different type of plants in the second hour.
What you mean different type of plants?
Well, you know, not necessarily. Well, I guess you can't.
I love aloe vera plants.
Oh, I don't think this is.
I love the lavender plants.
Oh well, it's not quite like lavender either.
Daisies?
Not daisies. Yeah, it's a different
What's
type
really
of
going
plant.
on? Is this X-rated?
No, but it's so shy.
You
in
be
LA
lying.
and Atlanta and New York.
Look at it.
Right, no doubt. But they are healthy plants.
Okay.
And they're plants that are we want to talk about the purpose behind these plants coming up in the 2 o'clock hour.
You got some on you?
I do not, but it is legal. Everybody in the studio just started smiling, but
it does make you smile.
It does make you smile, and you might get hungry. But we want to have a conversation on the other side. So, as we move toward this break, we like everybody share the broadcast, comment, bring somebody in. We're gonna talk a little bit about cannabis on the other side.
Yes.
Right, that's the official. There's some other names out there.
Can I bust? Okay.
Yeah. we want to keep it, but we're going to talk about something that people are familiar with, but there may be questions out there.
Absolutely.
You know.
I mean, it's interesting because millions of dollars are made and spent and produced a month.
Yeah.
So this is a very serious topic.
Millions, very serious topic, but and we'll have time. We'll expand the conversation, but we want to talk about what is it, how is it used? There's some differences in the extracts, and so that people can just kind of round out their knowledge because it's just beyond, what your cousin and them used to do on the back porch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Actually, I don't.
No. I mean, me either.
But I'm learning.
And
I'm excited to learn.
It's a learning thing. So if you've got some knowledge, something you want to know, if you've got some questions, start to drop them in the chat now. We're going to have a brother that's going to come on, and we're just going to talk about a little bit about the business of it, but what really is it, and how is it used? Does it have medicinal?
Right.
Can we use it to help us with some of these issues? Does it help with inflammation?
Yeah, I've seen it in margarine and butter. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it in granola.
Now, where did you see it in this margarine?
It was on a video.
Afrika? Oh, it was a video? Okay. Where was the video being shot?
On the World Wide Web.
Oh, okay, on the World Wide Web. That's where you saw the cannabis and the margarine on the video?
It was buttery, yeah.
Okay, it was buttery, okay. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, sounds like it. So we definitely want to get set for this, for this upcoming conversation. So, send out some text messages, let your family know, because we want to address this, we want to talk about it. We want to know about it and not just go with what we thought.
Yeah, and as it pertains to dispensaries, where are we at the table when it comes to that and the money being made?
Uh-oh. You finna have, I don't know if Maze is in the studio. You gonna have him jump in here. It's a whole thing going on with that. Where are the dispensaries?
Let's shout out to Dwayne Hurst. He's building a hemp farm out in Duluth, Georgia.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come out there and inspect, Brother Hirsch.
For real.
Absolutely.
Well, I saw he posted there was a snake out there one day. I was like, I won't be coming there.
Oh, well, snakes like hemp.
They like the buttery kind?
Yeah, the buttery kind that you saw
on
the
video?
internet. Yeah, on the video. Yeah, the buttery hemp. Yeah, I got it. Absolutely. So, and then we'll talk about it. I wanted the Panthers had a lunch program, and my grandmother used to say, when you know better, you do a little better. So shout out to them.
Absolutely.
For getting breakfast out to the children. But there's this whole thing, and disturbs me a little bit just on the whole green plant-based thing, but this whole thing about milk. About milk.
So growing up, I always was told milk does the body good.
Milk does the body good.
Now the 47-year-old sister Afrika, who doesn't drink milk from an animal, is questioning what milk.
What milk does the body good? But not only that, milk does the body good was a campaign slogan from 1982 to 1994. It literally had nothing to do with health. It was created for the industry.
Absolutely.
And has nothing to do, but, just milk in itself is something that when you get a chance, you should dial down on the ingestion of cow's milk.
Absolutely. Specify on that.
Yeah, well, cow's milk can help. It can give you digestion issues, gut issues. It can lead to inflammation.
Oh, yeah.
Autoimmune disease. Like there's just a whole bunch of side effects that come from cow's milk.
Not to mention it's so extra thick and it's hard to. It's a lot, but yeah.
Well, it depends because I used to love it. I had to learn. I had to mentally learn not to.
See, I always was lactose intolerant, and then I learned that a lot of African people, black people, African descent, are lactose intolerant.
Absolutely.
So for a long time, I didn't know why I was always gagging on it. Thank God. When you learn better, you do better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just know better. But I learned better and I did better, and thank God, because it was horrible. Yeah. It was an awful reflux that I would have, you know what I'm saying, after eating my cereal.
Wow. See, yeah, I never really had that or never really paid attention to it. But the more I learned, it's just something to really stay away from. It can have really bad effects, especially if you have asthma, you have any chronic issues like the removal of dairy. So if you're not looking to go totally plant-based or but really investigate milk. Milk can lead to a lot of issues. So
and that's one of those myths, right?
Yeah. Milk does the body good is a myth. It's actually a campaign slogan.
It was for what? To make money.
To make money. Yeah, and they're making it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to go into the break, guys. So we want you to like. Oh, we got a little bit. Okay. All right. I was just going. We got a
Shout
little
out to
bit.
The producer in the building.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. He's keeping us on track.
Oh
we love
man,
it.
he's awesome.
But we still want you to take this time and go in, like, comment, share.
Please,
on the other side, because we're going. You know what my uncle used to call it, wacky tobacco.
Wacky tobacco.
Wacky tobacco. Yeah. That's a country, like, old school thing.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I do remember seeing like Cheech and Chong. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember them?
Oh yeah, Cheech and Chong.
Then of course I mentioned Scooby Doo because the joke was that Scooby Doo, like Shaggy, and they were always having the munchies.
Right. They were always in the what was it called? The mystery machine. But maybe we know what the mystery is now.
Right. I mean, they had steaks, hot dogs, they had so much food, right?
They, all the time. If it hadn't have been for those kids.
Those measly kids.
And the wacky tobacco.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
And the creamy, margarine, the butter.
That you saw on
the video.
On the video. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, but there are a lot of, and then there's so many serious sides to this, right? Like, we don't even have time to address how, like, right now it's legal, but how thousands and thousands of young black men and women got locked up for something that literally now is legal, and that there are billions of dollars being made off of it. So there's so many angles to attack it, but we want to talk about the health, medicinal purposes and do that. So, all right, guys, so we're going to head out. Meet us on the other side. When we come back, we're going to talk about cannabis. We're going to bring our brother Willie Mooney in, let him talk about it, and then we'll see you on the other side. Like, comment, and share. It's the collective conversation on what's in it for the Black People Media.
WIFTBPN. Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West End for the Black People Media Studios.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
check, 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 check. Do oh, please, don't you rock my boat, 'cause I don't want my boat to be right. Oh, please, don't you rock my boat. Oh, no, 'cause I don't want my boat to be right. I'm telling you just I like it like this. So keep this just like this. And you should know by now. I like it. I like it like I like it. I like it like I like it. I like it like I like it like this. Yeah. By my soul. Oh yeah. By my soul. Every little action there's a reaction. Oh, can't you see what you've done for me? Oh yeah, I'm happy inside all of the time.
Welcome back to the
We're
Collective
back.
Conversation. Yeah.
Nice, right? Nice come-in music, right?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Collective Conversation. Brother Sadeek, Sister Afrika.
In the building.
What's in it for the black people? Media. Yeah. Absolutely. And we got the heartbeat sitting next to us.
Woo! Chrissy is in the building, y'all.
Want to acknowledge that. And
Love
so,
her.
yeah, we want to go right into this next segment, right? Because we got some questions. We want you all to put it in the chat. We want to bring this brother in. He's with the Wakanda Nation. He'll explain a little bit about that, right? And this whole cannabis discussion. Brother Mooney, can you hear us?
Hey.
Peace. How you feeling?
Yeah, I can hear you, you know. And
good to see you, my brother.
Likewise, good to see you too. How you feeling today?
Man, blessed and highly favored, my brother. Considering it's a pandemic, I think I'm doing very good.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too. I'm open to hear everything you have to share.
Well, I'm looking forward to sharing.
Okay.
You know, I've learned a lot. I don't know it all, but I can. You know, I love sharing the information that I've learned. So
yes, sir.
So let's talk about this a little bit. You know, in full disclosure, I've known Mr. Mooney for quite some time now. So I just want to say that. So the first question I have before we get into the real serious questions and we give everybody a chance to get in this room is, how does a brother grow up, member of the church, upstanding member of the community?
I knew you was going there.
Young man, go to college.
Here we go.
How you end up in the weed business, brother?
Man.
Cannabis.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Look,
marijuana.
Cannabis. Yeah. What's
Here we
up
go.
with that?
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Well,
good answer.
Well, let me say this. I wasn't looking to actually distribute cannabis. I was just looking to make an investment. Now, I heard the clarion call that the industry was open. Honestly, through Brother Mays Jackson. Because the thing is,
shout out to Mays Jackson. What's in it for the black people?
Yeah, when the state was about to legalize for cannabis, Mays said, and he put it out on the radio, and he said, how many of us will actually be a part of this industry?
Right.
So that sparked the curiosity to start looking. And pretty much I wanted to invest in the legal cannabis that was, people were setting up dispensaries. So a lot of different groups were meeting. And I called a buddy, Eric Strickland, who I knew was in the know. And we went around meeting with a lot of lobbyists, which led me to Wakanda, which was, for me, the best deal. But I wasn't looking at distribution. What Wakanda exposed to me was just a little more than what I was looking for.
Got you. And we can discuss this at the end of the interview, but kind of want to know, because we know this is your second go round, because we went to U of I and you kind of invested in cannabis then, and I just want to know which investment is panning out.
Hold on.
Funny. I want to know which investment is panning out a little.
Foul.
So
time out.
But
so disclaimer. Now this might sound like, it's really an oxymoron, because I've never, and Brother Sadeek was on campus with us. Like, I was the nerd, the dude who was like, man, y'all smoking again? What y'all, man? I was the nerd. So to flip the script and be where I am now, I tell you, it's been very confrontational. And it hasn't been a comfortable space because of just the negative stigma that's on cannabis. But I tell you, it's been very informative, and I love that you all are leading the mission of plant-based, because we've been hoodwinked when it comes to the benefit of this plant.
Okay.
Right, no doubt, and that's what we want to talk about, like the benefit of the plant itself. So let's just start here with a couple questions. So it's legal, right?
I just read, man. Let's say partly yes and partly no.
Explain that to me. Like, can I go to a dispensary, get a cannabis cigarette blunt, and
blank.
Can I stand out on
49th.
43rd? Can I stand on 63rd and Cottage and smoke it?
You can go by a dispensary legally here in Illinois, and let me make this disclaimer, but there are certain states you can't do that in.
Okay.
So right now there are about 13 states, maybe after the last election, another 4 added for recreational and medical marijuana. And I don't even like the word marijuana anymore, because the word was derived from both Mary and Juan. So the negative stigma started, one, not just with the word, but the plight towards the cannabis plant itself.
Good point.
But to answer your question, yeah, you can buy it, but you can't stand out on the corner and smoke it.
Okay.
Right? So let's just, there are certain laws. Illinois have laws and jurisdictions, and it's still kind of complicated, because you look at the cannabidiol industry, which is CBD, and you look at how that's under the 19, I don't even like calling it that bill, but it's the 2019 Farm Bill, which says that cannabis that has 0.3% of THC or less in it is legal in all the states. However, it's still kind of unregulated, meaning that there's still certain jurisdictions that can say statewide or even at a job that you can't have it. So that's and education will, we need to understand what the plant is as a whole, what the plant offers, so we can break it down of what we can have and what we can't have. But the whole plant is good.
Wonderful.
Speaking of that, I want to jump in here. You hit on a couple of things. So I was looking at blackclubchicago.org. Shout out, that's us telling our stories.
Absolutely.
And they made a note to mention the dispensary lottery is so white. With no black owners in the mix, Black Caucus could move to stall weed sales.
Yeah. I try not to get too in my feelings regarding that, but I will go there a little bit. It's a shame when you have Illinois that can accept over 1,600 applications and only allocate 75 dispensaries, and only 21 of them are allocated, 75 dispensaries, but only 21 applicants receive it. Right. And then when you look at how many of them are predominantly African-American companies, the answer is 0.
Horrible.
behind the scenes. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
Well, let's stick a pin in that because we've got to go to break in a couple seconds, and we want to acknowledge and stay on that. But we're going to come back on the other side of the break, Brother Mooney, and we want to expand the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This whole legal idea. Tell me where I can smoke it as opposed to where I can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the business part of it, and we want to get into some more questions behind what is it.
Right.
You want to get into really what
let's get into what it is. So we got the break coming up. Listen, we want you to like, share, and comment. You're inside of the collective conversation on what's in it for the Black People Media. We'll see you on the other side.
WIFTBPM. Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your Black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Sadeek feeling that music.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to the collective conversation. We see you all piling in the room. We love it. We love it. Shout out to our sister Cassiopeia that just joined us in here.
Hey, Cassie.
And we're in here with our brother Willie Mooney with Wakanda, and we're having a cannabis conversation, cannabis conversation. So we just talked about, want to bring you back from the break. Sister Afrika's got a question, but before we do that, we talked about where I can't smoke it or use it. Let's talk about where I can. So I go to the dispensary, I get it. Where can I legally use it or look at it, as in a butter YouTube or something in my own home? Yeah, where can I legally?
Well,
use?
and we have to be real cautious in the smokable format. So I think I want to start, like, cannabis, you can't have it out like a cigarette. Right? So, laws say that you can't, no corners. It has to be in your private quarters, pretty much. Your backyard is cool. And there's so many, when you look at the law, you really have to break it down, because it is the technical concept of it is that, especially when you're looking at the recreational side, is that it shouldn't be in common view it shouldn't be in common view that would actually cause a distraction, to your neighbors or whatever else. Like, it's in your privacy of your home. right?
Yeah, I don't think the view.
guess
I don't think the
can't-
view is the issue. But go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Like
Well,
it's
I
in
mean,
common
but-
view. I think is it in common smell is more of the
Yeah,
issue.
I mean, but you
yeah.
know, it's so much to learn about the plant.
Right.
Like if we, and it's gonna change, but the smell actually has a benefit. If you're not talking about the street cannabis,
Gotcha.
you're talking about the cannabis that is legal and that is grown naturally and organically and tested. It's a terpene that we really will now probably be attracted to once we understand it.
Now,
So
did you
like
say
we having
terpene?
A terpene. Yeah.
Okay, we need to type that in the chat because we learning. You know, you just broke that out like everybody was
Like,
up on
everybody
terpene.
knows it, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
like
just talking about
terpene,
terpene
right.
yesterday, right? Yeah,
Right, terpene.
Yeah. What's
So,
a
I
terpene?
mean, yeah, the smell of this flower, you know, when I love it. Like in college, I was like, man, that stink. Now I'm like, man, that's the best smell in the world.
I'm sure you are.
but it's because of the new understanding, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Like,
terpene,
like,
right?
Okay, like a pine tree has a terpene. A lemon has a
Got
terpene.
it.
Got it. Got it.
Right,
Got
and
it.
there are
Okay.
medical benefits to that terpene.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Real good.
Terpene. How you spell that?
Ooh, man, TERPINES. Don't quote me exactly.
I won't quote. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
Hey,
we got,
I'm a-
we
Now
our
you
listener
know-
base.
Now you know. in
I know,
college,
I
my
know,
major was
I know,
math.
I know you majored in
Majored
math.
in math.
Listen, but we have some of the most, not some of, but we have the most intelligent watcher and listenership
That's right.
in the United States here on What's in It for the Black People Media. So when they hear terpene, you know, somebody drop that in there for me. You know, Catherine Jackson, we got you out there, Cassiopeia. Yeah, somebody drop in, Google it, show us terpene and give us the definition. So let's move in the conversation. Let's dig into the nuts and bolts of it. Afrika, what do we want to ask next? What do we want to talk about?
So we're talking about terpene, and we're learning about the different terms and everything. I have two, THC and CBD.
Good one. Okay.
So what's
break
up
it
with
down.
that? What's the difference between those two? Because you hear this all the time. You know, this has got that in it. This has got that.
Right.
Break it up for me.
So let's break it down like this. One, those aren't the only. Let me use the word cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids.
Ooh,
I like
there
that.
go. Let's slow down.
Cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids.
Right.
That's good.
Somebody put that in
That's
the box. I love that.
So the plant has over 100 cannabinoids in it, right? Cannabinoid compounds. THC and CBD are just the most common. So THC has the psychedelic effect of that compound, and it stimulates the receptors in the the brain's pleasure system, right?
And I don't mean to be laughing, but when you said the psychedelic, everybody in the studio was like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're familiar with that one. That cannabinoid.
Cannabinoids.
So that cannabinoid has a high level of dopamine.
Oh, okay.
Unlike the Michael Jordan of the plant, let me call it that, is CBD.
Okay.
Which also is non-intoxicating. It also stimulates the receptors in the brain, but it deals with anxiety, pain relief, inflammation.
Yes.
The anti-inflammatory benefits of CBD is something that THC doesn't necessarily deal with, but they're both positive parts of the plant. But let's just talk about CBG, right? It's an immune during this time where we're fighting against the Rona. CBG is an immune powerhouse of the plant. So, and when
wait, back up. Let's do this real quick. You're saying that during the Rona that there is a cannabinoid that specifically can help boost the immune system that's not one of the other two that we're most familiar with. Is that what you're saying?
CBG.
Yeah. So we got one other person in and they got feedback.
Don't worry about it. I cut that out. So you go ahead. I'm good.
Cool.
I'm trying. I'm learning how to work this.
So the other side of the plant. So there are other cannabinoids in the plant, CBN, CBG, and CBG, what we would call a part of the plant that adds a different benefit. It actually, hold on, let me do this. Hold on.
What you finna do? Test it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I hear more than one person.
No. It's
So
okay. Do you think? Everybody is just you. Everybody's muted. It's just you.
So I need to. You got a black mall Casapia.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I got it. Just
Okay.
Okay. It's all muted.
So check it out. So CBG is another part of the plant, the same plant, right? That has benefits just as well as, say, for example, CBD, CBN. So some part of the plant may address or reduce pain. Some may help with vomiting. Some may help with your nervous system. It's just so happened that the biggest conversation is around CBD because it covers a very broad spectrum of some of the ailments and diseases that people actually deal with. Yeah. So it helps and assists. I can't say that it cures or diagnose or anything like that, but this plant, and this is the part of regulation and regulated, unregulated, the debate around the whole plant, is that it does have some benefit as a whole that pretty much when you look at let's say synthetic drugs, opioids, pharmaceutical drugs don't do. Right. So the plant has benefits to it that has been tested. Scientists has proven. There's scientific studies, that have shown that this plant is like the bomb, like the ultimate plant, the God plant.
Wonderful. So look at this, because we're coming up, we're getting ready to go on the break, but we got a little bit, and there are a couple things, and I think we want to bring you back just a bit after the break. So how do I know which one of these cannabinoids, I'm on it, you feel me?
You learned a new word. Go ahead.
Which one of these cannabinoids, and how do I determine what's best for me inside of this whole cannabis maze? How do I know what's best for me?
This is what's interesting.
Make it short. We're gonna bring you back on the other side of the break.
So I'm gonna start out with this. And then we can go. The body is actually looking for cannabis because we started out with cannabis.
You gotta stop right there. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. We got a break on that. The body is looking for cannabis. My first time hearing that. We're gonna go to this break and I'm gonna check out my body.
Wow.
And come on back, y'all, into this collective conversation. You with Brother Sadeek, Sister Afrika. We got Willie Mooney on talking about the body is looking for cannabis.
Wow.
What's in it for the Black People Media? Join us on the other side.
WIIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth. Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
In there, kicking it. Yeah.
Music is nice.
Oh, man, yeah.
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah, got it working on it. You understand? So we're back to this collective conversation on what's in it for the Black People Media. We got brother Will Mooney, who is we're going to call you a cannabinoid expert.
With the company.
With Wakanda, and we just, shout out there. But you said before the break, our body is looking for cannabis.
Yep.
Right.
That's exactly
so let's go there. We're gonna wrap up. We got a couple minutes before we go in. So tell us why the body is looking for cannabis.
I can't wait to hear this.
The body.
Before you jump in, let me say this. Shout out to Angela Williams. She hit us and let us know that she's watching
from work.
listening or watching from work. Don't get in trouble. But your body is listening or looking for cannabis. Come on, Will, talk to us.
So this is a good one. The body had one of the most vital regulatory systems in our body that is recently being discovered is the endocannabinoid system. It's called the ECS.
Okay, hold on. Somebody put endocannabinoid system in the chat box. We got it. We in school today. No shame about it. But before we get to just flying past these terms, endocannabinoid what? System.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Endocannabinoid system.
Okay.
So through this endocannabinoid system, what it functions like, there are receptors in our body, like the heart, the teeth, the stomach, the skin, the bowels, the kidney, the liver, the lungs, the eyes, and the brain that are actually like receptors around the body, like little cups. And what happens is through the manipulation of this endocannabinoid system, more people will be saved by that manipulation versus sterile surgical technique. And that's what Dr. David Allen says. So let me break it down.
Okay.
That our body is looking to be filled with its natural cannabinoids, which is our body produces anandamide, right? Which is one cannabinoid, and 2-AG, naturally produced. But what happens is our bodies have been compromised, nipped and tucked, whatever. I'm a cancer survivor, so we get it with medication, whatever the case may be. So there are little free radicals in our bodies that eats up the natural cannabinoids like Pac-Man. So the God plant, right? The God plant actually gives us cannabinoids, all these different cannabinoids that the body is looking for, and the endocannabinoid system is like cups waiting to be filled up, and whatever those receptors that brings the body back into homeostasis, because that's what the body is looking for.
Back into homeostasis. And just for those of us, what does homeostasis mean?
Balance.
Back into balance. Love that.
That's
Love
right.
that. So the cannabinoids actually help bring the body back into balance.
The cannabinoids are what's used to bring the bodies back into balance, is what the body is looking for through the endocannabinoid system.
I love it.
So
I love
this
it. Now
is what makes the plant so what it is. And this is where all of, like, you got to think, why would we be having this conversation of the plant? Is it because people are walking around getting high? No. The patronage of the plant is because there's certain things about the plant that works.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna have to have you back. I mean, there's a lot we got to delve into this, but we got one last question before we go on. We gotta keep the conversation moving. But like, share, comment, come on into this collective conversation. What you want to ask him, Afrika?
So hold on, before I ask that, I gotta read this. Kang just said, so cannabis. This is a Kang Mustafa said. So cannabis is walking past you, singing, "Your body's calling me."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But my
mind's telling me no, but my body. Oh, never mind. Is that legal?
You know what?
Never mind.
Blank.
Scratch that. Blank.
Come on,
All
man.
right. What's the last question?
So if I'm subject to a random drug test, right? Is it going to show up in my blood?
Yes. And let me break it down.
But I've never indulged.
Wait. Let me break it down, though.
Okay, break it down real quick. Let it be broke.
Because there are different cannabinoids, most tests test for THC. So for those who are concerned about random drug testing, they can get a broad spectrum or isolate that only has CBD in it.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. So then they won't be subject to the negative effects of a random drug testing. And the real deal is that a lot of jurisdictions and laws are changing.
Okay.
A lot of, because of the benefit of the plant.
Got you.
But in the meantime, truck drivers, they choose what we call pure, or what we call isolate or broad spectrum that doesn't have the THC in it.
Wonderful.
And what's important, one last thing which is important, so you know the difference, so you know that you're safe, is what in the industry is called a certificate of analysis. So cannabis is now tested, right? And it's broken down into what's in the plant, what's not in the plant, how much is in the plant, is there heavy metals in the plant? So Pookie no longer has jurisdiction over the streets when it comes to people who want to be healthy and want to protect their bodies.
Got it.
Book bag days are over with.
Got it. But you can get a certificate of analysis. That's great. That's great stuff.
That's real good information.
That's good information.
Dispensaries, and this is if you're looking at shopping wherever it is that you go, liquor store, convenience store, gas station, I wouldn't trust it unless they can produce a certificate of analysis. And that's just to protect you, so you know where the cannabis is grown, where it's coming from, what's in it. Because some CBD and some cannabis or whatever is not what they say is on the label. So you got to go a little deeper than the label.
Got you. And then we've got Brother Turner in there talks about, and that's true, that eggs, walnuts, and other foods have cannabinoids as well at some level. So it's a complementary thing.
Absolutely.
Well, Brother Mooney, we want to thank you again. We need to have you back. This is an expanded conversation because we'd rather know than just be superstitious or go with what was said.
Right.
Let's improve our knowledge, and then people can make a decision. It's not that you have
That's
to.
Right.
But you can make a decision and use the information to make the choice.
That's right.
And to me, that's hot. So
absolutely. Thank you. Can you share your information with us again, where people can find you, where they can learn more?
Well, I'm on Instagram as Minister Mooney. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as Minister Willie Mooney. So please feel free to reach out. Please feel free to ask questions. Man, that's where most people can find me. If I won't give out my phone number for everybody.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. So thank you again, Will Mooney. That brother Will Mooney's with us, breaking down, the science of cannabis.
Absolutely.
So just so we can learn a bit more and have an intelligent conversation about it.
Thank you so much, brother.
Man, love being on the show with you all. God bless.
All right, likewise.
Blessings.
Blue Fi.
Yeah, Blue Fi, absolutely.
No blank Greek stuff. Blank.
No blank.
Oh, okay.
I'm just playing.
I hear that.
No blank.
I'm just
All right. God
Thanks
bless
a lot,
you
Brother
all.
Mooney. All right. The collective conversation. Africa, that was wonderful.
That was wonderful. I learned a lot.
Something.
I got some good notes over here.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I mean, it's one thing to be, scared of something, but it's one thing to have an intelligent conversation about it. And it doesn't mean that you got to choose to use or
you just learning
you got to
something.
be, you're just learning something, And so we want to continue on the learning train. And we've got our next sister that's up. Coming into the room, we've got Sister Cassiopeia from the Black Mall that's with us. Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear us, Cassie?
I can.
She holding up that dynasty. I see you, girl.
Oh,
Since I would have blew fired up, of course I got to shout out to the devastating divas of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. So, yeah, I'm working on it. Oh, yeah, she's on the screen now. Matter of fact, I didn't even split screen it. See, I gave you the whole screen because my tech skills are a little behind.
Hey, Cassie,
they're gonna help us straighten that out. Yeah. Oh, we got. There's my niece. Look at that. So Cassie, talk to us a little bit. We've got this whole plant-based thing, but I did not know that there was plant-based makeup and lipstick until I met one of these local fabulous producers of this product. And so talk to us a little about, we know she's a Black Mall favorite. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the Black Mall, of course, loves exposing people to these amazing Black-owned businesses. And Robin Wheeler, owner of Fetish Cosmetics, has these wonderful lipsticks and lip glosses and all these gorgeous colors. As you all can see, I'm wearing Touche right now. I have almost all the colors.
Me too.
Right? She's great. Robin is a beautiful person. She made these, lipsticks so that there could be a healthy alternative out there. And it's really great because I don't know if you all can see, but Koya has some on herself because she just loves playing in mommy's makeup. And I don't mind it because it's vegan. Right.
Absolutely.
So everything in here, is not going to harm her. There's no harsh chemicals. So she gets a chance to play, and it's really hard to keep her away from them anyway. So I'm very glad that we have this option. So you can find Robin's, access to her site through the Black Mall. If you go to theblackmall.com/buy Black Weekend, you'll see her listed on there, and you can check out all those amazing colors and stuff. So yeah, it's really great that we have these alternatives.
Absolutely. And I remember when I first learned about lipstick and how they actually use pork skin from a pig to put into a lipstick. I was like, oh my God, guess I won't be wearing makeup. So I'm so thankful.
Oils. Yeah.
It's horrible to think about, but it's nice to know that she does it.
Wow. Now there's something that you said, Cassie, that really struck me, and I don't use lipstick. So I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my orientation is much different. But you were talking about your daughter using it, and because it's vegan, you're not worried about the chemicals and the safety. I want to share something, and then I want you to speak a little bit more to that. My introduction to I would guess the non-safety of makeup was actually through a book called Mad Cowboy. And it's written by a guy named Howard F. Lyman. And I read it because of my dietary change. I read this book over 20 years ago. He's the guy, so most of you know him indirectly. He's the guy, he wrote the book Mad Cowboy. Oprah Winfrey had him on her show, and Oprah just talked about not eating meat, and they drug her into court in Texas.
Absolutely.
Based on this man's book. But in the book, he talks about rendering, which is $1 billion a year business, which is what they do with roadkill. They render it and they make candles and makeup out of it. So if you ever wonder where the deer went when it gets hit, it goes to a renderer and they make products from it. So when you said that, it really triggered, and most people don't know that rendering is an industry. But this vegan makeup and what Robin is doing, just want you to speak to that and letting your daughter play in it. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and actually, Robin's commenting on here and saying many ingredients are banned in other countries, right? There's something it's crazy that America will just allow for us to damn near be poisoned. Oh yes, oh these are Black owned too. You know, everything. Koya wants it all. So, but it's crazy how the greed of this country and what they'll do to stop people from doing things in a healthy, conscious way.
Absolutely.
I'm glad though that we are coming to a point that there's been a lot of people fighting for that change and fighting for us to be healthy and holistic. That I think those things are happening less. Not saying that they're all the way that they're gone, but they're happening less. And I think the more of us utilize the healthier products, the more popular they'll become, and the more we'll be able to completely stop, the American industry from trying to actually make being healthy, a unlawful thing.
Got it. Cassie, we're bumping up against the break. We want you to stay with us and come back on the other side. We want to give a shout out to Robin Wheeler for doing this vegan makeup and other cosmetics. We love you. She's fabulous. We're in the collective conversation with Brother Sadeek and Sister Afrika on What's in It for the Black People Media. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
WIIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Go for you. 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 Go for you.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Yeah, welcome back inside the. Go and get them, Cassiopeia. Welcome back inside the collective conversation on What's in It for the Black People Media. We got Brother Sadeek and
Sister Afrika,
and we got Sister Cassiopeia. Ooh.
And baby Oshun in the building.
And Oshun
so
from the Black Mall. So,
hey, Nisi.
So, Cassie, let's talk briefly because we're running up to the end of the show. We want to definitely shout out the vegan lipstick and our sister. I mean, it's just an awesome thing. Our sister Robin Wheeler. So talk to us again. Tell us where we can find that. And we've got some new things on the Black Mall, don't we?
Oh my God, of course we do. So you can find Fetish Cosmetics and our featured, we got some highlighted featured businesses on the blackmall.com/buy Black Weekend. I did put it into the comments. And then if you all are loving that plant-based African t-shirt that plant-based African has on Brother Sadeek, then you can also get that on the blackmall.com. Click on the marketplace. And then we also have the hoodies too. So, it's cold outside now. So go ahead, keep warm with a hoodie. So I'm dropping that link up into the comments as well. So making it easy to build and buy Black. Okay.
Wonderful.
Nice.
What did she say? Buy Black, or did she say buy plant-based African t-shirts? I couldn't hear her.
She said, get all of that.
So Cassie,
do all of that.
There are people that want to know about the Black Mall in terms of what, how does it work? People just message me saying, how does the Black Mall work? And how can I get my business on there?
Well, let's see. So if you are a consumer, meaning you're looking for businesses to patronize or you want to shop online, we have a directory on the website and a marketplace. So once you scroll on there, you'll be able to go to the menu or scroll up and be able to find the buttons to see the directory or shop online with the amazing vendors and all their products that we have on there. If you want to be a featured business or you want to list your business, you can list your business in our directory for free. And if you have a product to sell, you can subscribe to be on the platform and have your own store on the website. And that's just a one-time $30 subscription. So, and then you can start uploading your products and you can start selling your products, and you're a part of a network where we have 30,000 emails that you'll automatically get sent out to as a compliment for your first month of being on the platform.
Awesome.
That's wonderful.
That's the blackmall.com.
Yes.
Buy Black Weekend.
Theblackmall.com. We appreciate
it. And the THE is a part of the URL. So THEBLACKMALL.com.
And just type it in. I know you got it in some of the other comments, but type it in again, just theblackmall.com, so people can click it straight from their pages and go to it.
We love you, Cassie.
We love you, Cassie.
We appreciate
you
so much.
Absolutely. Robin, same thing. We love you, appreciate
you. Love you, Robin.
And that plant-based, that vegan lipstick, that's wonderful.
I love it. It's so nice. And it's so smooth. All lipsticks are not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's
all
really
lipsticks not created equal?
They're not all created equal.
All right. Thank you, Cassie. We'll see you soon.
Bye,
Go ahead and
Cassie.
take care of the fam. Peace. All right. So we are back. Just me and you. Afrika.
We just want to say thank you to everyone that was here this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so nice. We had Fanta Selah.
Most definitely. Who else we got on the list?
We had Dr. Nsanto Opongwadie.
We did. Say that again.
Dr. Nsanto Opongwadie.
Oh, I love it. Ooh, Mufasa. Say it again. I love that.
We had Nikki Dreadlocks, Naga Shakti.
We did. Absolutely. Most definitely. We had a few other people.
We did. Today we had Brother Lavelle, everybody's brother.
We had Brother Mooney. We had Brother Lowry. When we were on Monday, Brother Maze Jackson actually kicked us off.
He sure did.
Shout out to Maze and the whole platform. We had Sissy, Linda from Sissy's Tacos.
And today, meet me at the Maves Daily on 75th Street. I will be there doing a live with them with their new vegan tacos, the jackfruit.
That's going to be wonderful. So, okay, guys, we're getting ready to wrap up. So, for Sadeek, the plant-based African, we got Sister Afrika, 5-time Emmy award-winning Sister Afrika Porter. Don't forget it. And we got the Heartbeat, Sister Chrissy, sitting in the studio boys. And for everybody here at the Collective Conversation, we want to thank you for taking time out, sharing your day with us. Our producer that's back there, that's what I'm talking about. Really appreciate you, because without him, the nuts and bolts make it happen. Join us when you get a chance. The Collective Conversation. What's in it for the Black People Media? We'll see you next week. Peace.
WIFTBPN